You know, my summer had been going great. So how exactly did I get here? We had just gotten back from an overdue weekend away at this amazing lakeside Airbnb. When we got back, that's when it happened. I'd managed to make it until 2024 without getting COVID. So I worked from home for the next 10 days. First, my back ached. Then it was my head. I was pretty tired, and it felt like something different every day. The good news was I eventually tested negative. The bad news, though, was that I still couldn't taste or smell anything. Losing your taste and smell is a very bizarre experience. My world sort of turned upside down. There were actually a few surprising little victories that helped take some of the edge off of defeats. At the end of the day, though, you still gotta eat. And really, it turned out to be kind of an interesting experiment. Taste and smell really dominate your experience with food, but there's another sense that becomes really heightened in the absence of those other two. I'm talking about touch and texture. I wasn't feeling great, so I wanted to make something easy. And that was scrambled eggs with broccoli. For this, it really all came down to good technique. For the broccoli, you steam it and shock it. The plate gets sauced with a classic vinaigrette. And the eggs get soft scrambled. This step requires a lot of fat, super low heat, and plenty of patience. Cooking is not simply applying heat to food, but heat plus time. The time lets the egg whites cook through without getting too stiff, all while keeping the fat smooth and unctuous. The broccoli has a tender bite, the vinaigrette slicks everything with fat and acid, and the eggs are custardy, almost like a pourable polenta. I know this should taste amazing. My senses they're just not there. But maybe, just maybe, was that mustard? If only testing negative was the end of it. I'm doing everything I can to get back to normal. I'm getting lots of sleep. I'm taking extra supplements and just minding my wellness however I can. Something they say to do when you lose your sense of smell is to retrain your nose. Your brain's capacity for neuroplasticity allows you to develop new olfactory nerves after a virus inhibits the ones you normally rely on. All you do is grab some essential oils and smell as much as you can. It's faint, but after a few tries, I'm definitely picking up on something. And wait, am I getting hungry? You know, after enough days pass, you start to wonder if you'll ever taste anything again. But I can't let the dread set in. I'm gonna eat my way back to good health. I can sort of smell again, and the citrus and oregano essential oils, they immediately evoke the most comforting food I know. That's garlicky spaghetti. I'll be honest, I don't eat tons of garlic like I used to as a kid, but this time I've got a good excuse. Studies say garlic has antiviral properties. Oregano too. Just about everything here has something good for the immune system, like lemons, chilies, olive oil, nutritional yeast. Sure, you can smell my apartment from 2 blocks away, but this plate of food is my happy place. I can't exactly taste all that garlic, but I can actually feel it somehow on my tongue. Suddenly, I can taste a little bit again. My smell is almost all the way back. so whatever I've been doing feels like it's been working. I got inspired by a few more of those essential oils. Talking about clove, ginger, and cardamom. So now I'm ready for a bigger challenge with another garlic bomb. I'm talking about red dal with a gluten-free naan. So when your taste is faint, it just makes sense for your food to get louder. This red dal has everything I want. Sharp ginger, spicy green and red chilies, and of course, lots of pungent garlic to go with those baking spices. Green lentils always seems to make me feel good, so putting this dish together felt like a no-brainer. Since I was feeling a little better, I opted to be more ambitious. Once the dal was simmering away and I had an hour to kill, I hopped onto the Loopy Whisk, Katerina Sermel's excellent gluten-free blog, and I adapted her recipe for gluten-free naan to be dairy-free. This recipe is mostly millet flour and tapioca starch that's enriched with coconut yogurt and leavened with baking powder. It comes together super fast and cooks off even faster with the baking powder puffing up the flatbreads in the hot pan. These get finished by brushing them with fat and dusting them with chopped herbs. There's nothing quite like taking down a bowl of dal with a stack of hot, fluffy naan. Yes, I could taste this almost completely now. It was as loud as advertised, and it was the exact concert I'd been missing. After about 10 days testing positive and maybe 3 weeks without taste and smell, I was all the way back. And there was still some summer left. But what should I do next?